Alright. Hello, everyone. I've had a little bit of an outfit change since it's taken a week for us to get to Arcadian. Because, you know, my computer was dead. So, in case anybody was wondering, the last stream, like, sorry, you said you were gonna do Arcadian like the next day. What happened? My computer legitimately died. Like, straight up. So yeah, I've had a little bit of an outfit change because, one, this outfit came out. And two, these weapons are no longer freaking 3 million gil. They're now like 500,000. Seriously, just wait a week. Like, don't even buy stuff the first week. Just wait. Literally, just wait a week. But yeah, anyway, my computer had died. It was the power supply because we had a bad storm. Or something happened. I'm not actually entirely sure what exactly it was. But we had like a power fluctuation and that just killed my computer. Like, it burned out the power supply. So I had to buy a new power supply, which I did. So it's fixed now. But, you know, it took a week, so. But yeah. With that said, we are back for a couple of days. I don't know, you know, with it being the 23rd, I don't know if there will be streams tomorrow or what, Thursday? Because it's Tuesday today. So it might actually only be one day instead of a couple of days. The point being, we're back for today. So, and we are good to step into the Arcadian raids. Now, I have been trying to avoid as many spoilers as possible. I don't know anything about this tier other than there's like surfer dudes, and the final boss is called Lindworm. But those were kind of the unavoidables for, you know, since it's taken me a week to be able to get into this. Feral Fandom, Yana regards you with a wry smile. Cassandra, I was hoping you'd drop by. Something I wanted to share with you before heavyweight matches begin. Come on in. I know, I have no idea what Lindworm is. I would assume it's some kind of giant worm, because, you know, it has a worm. It has the word worm in it. Best Honey and the others to come as well. Before they arrive, let's have a quick refresher of the situation. But otherwise, I do not know what it is. I don't know any of the mechanics. Nothing. During your cruiserweight campaign, we managed to convince several fighters to retire from the ring. Not least of all, Retsara, who was already afflicted with psychonecrosis. There was one who couldn't be persuaded, though. The brute bomber. I myself developed symptoms of psychonecrosis after Eutrope ambushed us. I got a little carried away using a feral soul to stop her. There was a glimmer of hope when Naomi discovered the existence of a cure but I was dashed when the president took her and Dawntrail hostage. He wouldn't allow us to deviate from the script. But in an unexpected turn, the president himself was aware of the cure, the drop of life, and he said he'd divulge its location if you could become Grand Champion. How did he learn all this? Where did he get his information? Never met the man, so he's a complete mystery to me. So I wanted to gather everyone in order to form a better picture of who we're dealing with. I still think it's going to be Naomi. But probably not. Hello, my dears. We let ourselves in through the pack. You never know who's watching after all. Hey, what's the occasion? We having a retirement party or something? Sorry, hon, but I haven't met the president in the flesh either. He only called me a few times to give instructions. And it wasn't him, but Metem who came to recruit me at one of my performances. That's the other thing, is if it's not Naomi, it's going to be Metem. I feel like that's going to be the real clincher. Well, he recruited me and Hector in person. All contact afterward was via communicator. He'd speak solely about business, never private matters. Same with me, I'm afraid. Dad T. Green, on the other hand, is well acquainted with the man. After a fashion, the geezer has a love for the theatrical. As a performer myself, we quickly hit it off, and often had debates about the best way to engage the audience. While I believe the key is making folks feel good, he insists they need to feel a measure of discomfort, and that's the job of a heel. 'Tis when the loathsome are laid low that the audience knows the highest high and the fighters burn brightest, he'd always say. That sort of poetic justice is appeal, I'll admit. For proof, you need look no further than the frenetic crowds at the Brute Bombers matches. Whatever else the president may be, he's a damned good showman. Right. The president's personal life. All I know is he traces his ancestry to Lindblom. Lindblom? It's where the stimulant for the regeneration factor was apparently researched. Well, what do you know? Fortunately, I never got the opportunity to hear more about his past. Last time I saw the old man was 3 years ago. Years ago. I'll be around when Metem approached Honey. What if something happened to the president that's kept him from appearing in public? But with the limited knowledge we have, we can only speculate. Maybe he's an Endless? So even between all of us, we hardly know anything about the president. Our play remains Cassandra becoming Grand Champion. Only then will the president share the cure's whereabouts. If he goes back on his word, we can threaten to reveal the truth about the Immortalized to the public. If all else fails, and we do have that hand, but if we're to use it, we must first rescue Dawntrail and Naomi. So as not to endanger them, the plan will need to be discreet and foolproof, and I could use everyone's help. Can I count on you all? I'm offended you thought you had to ask. Of course you can count on us. We'll see Yana's sisters We'll save Yana's sisters. Give that rotten president a piece of our minds. I get along with the old man well enough, but I had no idea about his shenanigans. Art and entertainment shouldn't come at the cost of those who make it. Ain't that right, Sugar? Thank you all so much. With everyone's cooperation, we'll work to free my sisters, while Cassandra continues her campaign to become Grand Champion. Goes without saying, but I'll continue supporting you as your second. Together we'll carve a path to the heavyweight division. Soon we all have our tasks. The rest of us will begin exploring ways to rescue the girls at once. Ah, my God, my sinuses today are being a mess. So there's about to be an Arcadian broadcast. It's a regular program intended for fans, so it might not help much with your preparation, but couldn't hurt to give it a watch. Sorry, one sec. I'm just trying to clear out my sinuses here, since they are being a pain. And that is it for that box of Kleenex. Alright. I have 2 more Kleenex from that box. I should say, and I'm about to use them. Correction, I'm only going to use 1. So I have 1 free Kleenex. That is not in the, I have 1 free Kleenex from that box before I have to get a new box. Although, honestly, I don't know if I'm really have a place to store a single Kleenex. So it might end up just getting tossed before it even gets used. Fans of the fight and connoisseurs of combat, I bid you welcome to another edition of the Arcadian Hour. For today's special guest, we have the heavyweight fighter who shall soon face the unenhanced upstart, Cassandra, in the ring. Oh. There she is. Everyone's favorite lady. The devilishly divine dominatrix, Vamp Fatale. As indicated by her appellation, Cassandra has climbed her way up the ranks without the use of a feral soul. Should this upstart rise to become Grand Champion, they'd be able to do as they please with the Arcadian Soul Repository, and it seems they intend to release all the souls. This would fundamentally alter the Arcadian, leaving it a champion of unenhanced fighters. What are your thoughts on this? Don't make me laugh. The upstart would only bore us to death. Our fans crave spectacular battles that will blow them away. You simply can't get that without feral souls. So saith the lady, but what do you, the people, actually think? We hit the streets to find out. Fight without feral souls? What even be the point? It's the Arcadian we're talking about. If I can't watch a muscular woman imbued with beast souls squeeze the life out of her enemies like she's making juice, I'm not interested. The unenhanced warrior? Just a novelty, I reckon. There to drum up excitement for the championship. It was interesting at first, I'll admit, but the act has gotten old. Everyone's had enough of it. I know I have. Frankly, I despise the upstart. She forced the Howling Blade to retire with that outrageous wager, for one thing. We don't need some outsider barging in and running roughshod over our traditions. Leave the Arcadian alone, you hear me? Leave the Arcadian alone. Naturally, those are the only people that are going to actually air. Regardless of who they actually interviewed. See, no one wants her pathetic excuse for entertainment. Huh? That's odd. There should have been some interviewees who supported Cassandra as well. Oops. Ouch. Or perhaps not. You're next, darling. You've been a naughty, naughty girl. I'm going to give you the punishment you deserve. Damn them! Clearly only showed the interviews that serves the present agenda. Yeah, this is not like this is the first time this kind of thing has happened. So you had to see that, Cassandra. Trust me, I'm used to being the underdog. But you have plenty of supporters out there, and that's the honest truth. In fact, here's them. Forgive our sudden intrusion. After the broadcast just now, we simply couldn't sit still. You're my hero, miss. I keep cheering you on, so please don't give up. There are many of us who feel the same. We believe in you, and we wanted you to know that. I got nervous whenever I watch you fight, but at the same time I'm inspired. You're encouraged. I don't get that from I don't get that from fighters who use feral souls. That's right. Don't forget, souls weren't even used in the Arcadian in the beginning. But the other fighters could also put on a thrilling show without enhancing themselves. Battles with feral souls are a spectacle, there's no denying that. But by the same token, it feels artificial. Your fights, on the other hand, are as real as it gets. It fires me up like nothing else, so keep your head held high, and keep fighting the good fight in the heavyweight division. Please let me join your gym. I want to become a fighter, just like Cassandra. Well now, I'd be glad to have such an enthusiastic trainee. Must warn you though that the training isn't easy. Why don't you come back with your parents for a tour first? See, you have quite the following. Even if there aren't any more feral souls, it doesn't spell the end of the Arcadian. Many people admire and support you. It's for them as well that you fight. Once I'm cured, I'd love to come out of retirement and fight unenhanced myself. And I believe the others feel the same. Is that so? Alright, we'll be there. This is it, Cassandra. The heavyweight matches are beginning. Patum's asked us to meet at the green room as usual. All right. Off to the Arcadian. And then we can meet with Metem. Whoops. I'm just so used to hitting the one that's marked with the back button, you know? You don't use the Aetherites much otherwise. It's good to see you again, my friends. How have you been? Been better. What's the big idea with that broadcast? I'm sorry, but it was the President's orders. It's all I could do to drop a hint that there were other opinions. The mass retirement in the Cruiserweight division has left the President feeling threatened. Whatever he may have said before, he's eager to be rid of you. On that matter, it's no use trying to convince the heavyweight fighters to quit. They've all been informed about their psychonecrosis and choose to continue fighting of their own volition. That's because they've been told that if they can defeat you, they would be able to use your soul to cure their affliction. Bastard and his low tricks. Victory is your only way through this. So what anger you have, I suggest you channel into the ring. As you did before, I have no doubt that you will make your mark in the heavyweight division as well. The Breathtaker! By the look in her eyes, Yana still smolders with rage. Just when I think I've seen it all with the President, he comes up with another underhanded move. If what Metem says is true, we've little hope of convincing your opponents to quit. There's nothing for it but to stay the course then. While you fight to become Grand Champion, trust in the others to rescue my sisters. If we can get the drop of life's whereabouts from the President in the end, we'll be able to save everyone. Right then, take a look at your first heavyweight opponent. Femme Fatale, or Vamp Fatale. Clearly a vampire bat. Vamp Fatale, whom you had the displeasure of seeing in the broadcast earlier. She's a fiendish fighter who harnesses the soul of the Desmodont, a giant bat whose power allows her to suck the life out of her opponents. Her biggest claim to infamy, though, is the fact that she's a sadist. Inflicting pain brings her pleasure, The ring is filled with apparatuses for that purpose. Mind your surroundings out there, or you'll become her plaything. Remember, you have plenty of fans who believe in you, so believe in yourself and show them the strength of the unenhanced warrior. Sorry, just the music. Now get out there. Give Vamp Fatale what for and claim your first heavyweight victory. AAC heavyweight M1. Also known as M9. Wow, my nose all of a sudden is like actually in pain from my like sinuses here. That's weird. Sorry, I was blowing my nose there, so. Oh my! Oh wait, I told them to say hi to chat, except that I have chat covered up. I mean, not that you can see it any better that way. Somebody said, hey chat, drink water. Somebody else also does say hi chat. So. What's it say? Arena Cleave? Yep. Got it. Easy enough. Oh my! Destroy the coffin maker. Oh, hey, it's the mechanic from Alexander. Oh, you had the steamroller. There's nowhere left to run. Okay, I get that now. Yeah, I didn't even notice she was there, like, cleaving the field. But I realized it after. I was like, wait a minute. They're in the audience of the ether. Oh my. Is that allowed? Instead of bloodletting. Oh my! Oh, I saw that coming. Bait! I'm doing alright, actually, for a first time. Oh, I was summoning another coffin maker. Sort of. Oh! I died. Not even sure what killed me. Oh, there's like a bleeding. Yeah. If you get touched at all by any of these things, it deals like heavy bleed damage. Got it. That makes sense. Oh, wait. We're still alive. Cleave. Oh, more than half the arena cleave. Good lord. Oh my lord, those tank busters. That was nuts, dude. Come on. Make your shot, please. Okay, I have Transcend. Okay. Round cap. Makes a better door than a window. Not that, you know, she understands what that means, but... Down tap. Ow! She just like ran across my lap at like top speed. I'll just hang over here. Fine. Not monk. So I have some level of AoE range. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yep. I actually walked into more hits that I avoided. That was great. Half moon. Laying fry. Do I do it? Do I steal the LB3? Or do I hold on to it in case we need it for the healer? I'll steal it at 10%. This music though. Like, good lord. Whoa! Hello, Rena. I'm static in the attack, but it's worth. Got it. Okay. Oh. Nice, nice. GG. Heavy Hollow Helm. It really doesn't matter what I get here. I'm gonna hit need on everything. And whatever I get, I get. We can only claim one piece after all, so... There it is. Heavy Hollow Helm. And there it is. Your first heavyweight victory. Never doubted you for a moment, Cassandra. I'm sure you heard them, but the audience was going absolutely wild. Crit, actually. Daring Devils. Yana appears to have something on her mind. Now then, there's a bit of time before your next bout. It's because your opponent originally would have been none other than Wicked Thunder, Eutrope. For reasons we know all too well, they have to call up a replacement. And who that is hasn't been decided yet. So let's head back to the gym for now. With some luck, Vitsara has made some progress on the rescue. It's the Beach Boys! Like I said, I know that there's the Beach Boys. And I know that the last boss is something called Lindworm. But I don't know anything else beyond that. Other than, I'm assuming that the Ilazan dude is the freaking current grand champion. So, I'm sure that that's, you know, the way it is. That's the boy from before. What could be the matter? Hey now, what's wrong? Your gym, they've wrecked it. What? Who? Why? Hey there, kitty cat. We made ourselves at home while you were out. You're the ones who did this? We heard this was the unenhanced Kook's haunt, so we decided to drop by to say hello. What have we here? It's a dynamic duo who have taken tag team matches by storm. The Extremes! Could they be Cassandra's next opponents? That enhanced warrior is a single specialist, though, so I expect she will be pitted against only one of them. Which brother will it be that takes the ring? The older, cool, and collected deep blue, or the younger, fierce, and fiery red hot? It'll be both of us, naturally. We don't work any other way. Don't worry, though. We'll tag in and out, so it'll be a fair fight. Is Red Hot just gonna say nothing? You're cool with that, right? I'm at me together if you like. It's the only way you can win. Big words, big shot. But we wouldn't break the rules, right, bro? We wouldn't, but don't we always? No, we wouldn't. Oh, that was meant to be a secret? Not another word out of you. I see. He's as dumb as he appears to be. You've had a good ride so far, Kook, but won't go smooth for you on our surf. You're gonna wipe out and wipe out hard. And there you have it, your next opponents. Please see to your preparation and come to the green room. And I'm sorry for this awful mess. There's nothing I could do to prevent it. Aw. Matem looks genuinely like he's upset about this. It's a good time for a tour, I'm afraid. Would you mind coming back after I've sorted things out? Those bastards did a real number. Wait, where are the kittens? They're safe, thankfully. They sensed the danger and fled upstairs. I actually arrived earlier and witnessed them in the act. I was furious and wanted to stop them, but I feared it would draw the president's attention. Forgive me. I have news. We found a promising lead on Ayuni and the Eutrope's whereabouts. Truly? One of Honey's devoted fans is an employee of Ascension Arcadia, and he divulged the details of the security at the company complex. Thanks to him, we now know that right after your sisters were kidnapped, they curiously doubled the watch in a certain area. According to Green, it's a plushy reception hall used to entertain important guests. In all likelihood, that's where the girls are being held. While security is tight, we have a plan to create an opening and mount a rescue. Sugar will use her magics to cause a commotion, which I'll exploit to sneak inside. It's quite a daring strategy, but I have faith that you can pull it off. I'll carry out the mission during your next match. If you do what you do best and put on a good show, the attention you draw to the ring would only aid our cause. Alrighty. Have a good sleep, Nero. So, you'll be pitted against the extremes next. It reminds me of my own time fighting as a tag team with Hector, and we're still no-name newcomers. What? Why have I never heard about this? Our signature move was the ultimate Mega Boom Kick. Hector would encase me in flames and send me flying at our opponents. Not only did it look impressive, it had some kick to it as well. Pardon the pun. Alas, we hardly drew any spectators, so management disbanded our team. We're still trying to find our place back then. But getting back to the present, like all tag teams, the Extremes will unleash powerful coordinated attacks. Take care when you face them. Well, I suppose we better head to the green room. The mess can wait for now. Alright. Just a little tipsy. Sure you are. Sure you're not, sir. Hey, we can actually hit the back button. Because, you know, Arcadian was where we went last. Or rather, was where we came from. Right. Let's take a closer look at your opponents. Red Hot and Deep Blue, who formed the popular tag team The Extremes. Originally professional surfers who rose to fame with their feats at Solution 9's artificial wave pool. The brothers harness the souls of storm divers, great lizards capable of manipulating the elements, to perform dangerous techniques. As you can probably guess, Deep Blue commands water while Red Hot wields flames. Nice, this music. I say brothers, but they're obviously not related by blood, which is a part of their gimmick. Having said that, they do make a fearsome team. Echo and Sara will need to be ready for their coordinated attacks. Once you've dealt with them, you'll be just one bout away from becoming Grand Champion. So get out there and give those gym wreckers what for. We'll see who's the one who wipes out. Don't worry, it'll be them. I mean, I'll die multiple times probably, but it'll be them. Luckily, every time that we fail, it isn't that we actually failed, it was just that we foresaw our death. That is actually the canonical, explanation, by the way. If you weren't aware. It's our every time, we wipe and have to reset, it's our, future sight ability showing us our failure. Daring Devils, the Extremes.
Extremes とのタッグマッチです。兄弟の交代にも注目。俺一人で十分。
That was the tank buster, and I almost ran over to it. Alley-oop Inferno.
なんと凄まじい炎、リングが燃え上がった。俺のライディング、すべて燃やす。 どんどん燃え広がり、挑戦者は追い詰められていく。
Whoops, wrong button.
飛ばす。おい、俺にも楽しませてくれよ。ディープブルーがしびれを切らした。ここで交代です。
The blue is tagging in.
いい波が来ねえなら自分で作りゃいい。なんてことだ。
you say, is this a push? Okay. Yeah, it's what's his name? Ah. Alright, that's kinda Oshan-esque. But I can recognize that mechanic. Qualification!
相手が複数ならこれでフェアだろ。
俺と兄じゃ二人で一つ。
Ah! That was a prox?
レフェリーも止めないので試合続行です。兄弟相手に挑戦者はどうする？本番これから。
I don't know if this is yeah, it doesn't look like it's meant to be Tank Buster. To just take off. Stay in the middle. Sort of.
兄弟の力が衝突し爆発が起こっています。まさに混ぜるな危険。
Well, there's no Omega buff where, like, you know, you have to split based off of, like, who you're tagged to. So, it seems like you can kind of attack anybody. Don't quite understand what that was. Fire staking. Have no idea. Okay, the fire moves with me, it looks like. Yeah. That was confusing, but I get it now. I needed to be over by the... Because I had fire, I needed to be over by the fire one, so I could point it away. I get it now, and next time I can do it right. I just didn't understand it then, you know? And that one's easy enough to handle. I bring these as close to each other as possible. In fairness, I did tell them to both come at me if they were gonna, you know, in order to win. You know, I did straight up say, like, The only way you're gonna win is if you both fight me at the same time. So bring it. They certainly did bring it. Gonna assume that they share health, at least up to a certain point. I was gonna say, they're both at 0.1, what the frick, game? Okay, oh.
決まった挑戦者の勝利 実況はメテムでお送りしました。
Oh, okay. That is the hollow help then. And then I'll just actually leave. And then it'll clear. It'll pass on everything else. Did it, Cassandra? Even together the brothers were no match for you. Seeing you humble those smug thugs really made my day. Serves them right for making a mess of my gym. Challenger and champion. Satisfaction is writ upon Yana's face. For this, you've earned the title shot against the Grand Champion. You need to be more prepared than ever for that bout. For now, a good rest is in order. Let's head back to the gym. And as we step out of the Arcadian, first femme fatale, how both the extremes are at once. You're incredible. Knew you'd beat those bullies, Cassandra. You look so cool out there. It ain't over till it's over. How will you fare when you have no simulacra at your disposal? Cowards! What? And there's our champion, folks. The Alazan. Yep, there he is. I seen this screenshot from the live letter. Honorless curse, you are blight upon the Arcadian. Be gone from my sight. It's a tyrant. What's the Grand Champion doing here? I love the car, by the way. Put up your weapon, challenger. A true warrior does not engage her opponents outside the sacred ring. Of course he does the superhero landing. But the heroic landing. I am the Grand Champion of the Ascension Arcadia Championship. I know all about you, upstart. Think yourself a babyface who brings change. But to me you are a heel who would tear down our traditions. That's right, nothing but a villain. If you are resolved to destroy the Arcadian as we know it, it's only meet that you understand how it came to be. Listen well. It all began with the president's ancestor. Man was a noble in the kingdom of Lindblom, known for his love and patronage of the theatrical arts. When the storm surge came to a head, he was forced to flee his homeland. For years he wandered the endless wastes until, in desperation, he sought refuge here, in Alexandria. To his great surprise, the Alexandrians welcomed him with open arms, and in the sight of them toiling in hand to build new lives, he saw a vision of that ancient paradise of myth, Arcadia. He longed to repay the kindness he had received, and at length found the answer in the fighting contest that the people enjoyed in secret as a diversion. Until the riches he had brought with him, using the riches he had brought with him, he created a new form of entertainment, one that blends thrilling fights and gripping theatrics. Thus was the Arcadian born. Alas, it did not endure in its original iteration. Its survival grew more challenging. It became increasingly difficult to host matches. Eventually, they ceased to be held altogether, and the Arcadian was all but forgotten. Years passed. Advancements in electro brought stability, and the advent of soul technology, a sense of security. For the first time in generations, Alexandrians experienced tedium. Wishing to provide the excitement they craved, the president revived the Arcadian, held matches that pitted recreated simulacra against each other. When the people clamored for fiercer fights, he satisfied them by introducing the use of feral souls. In this way did the Arcadian rise up to become the premier form of entertainment in Alexandria, and a pillar of our culture. This is the Arcadian's history, the legacy that lives on in its sacred halls. This is what you seek to destroy. Feral souls are the very soul of we fighters, and we will not allow an outsider to dictate our culture and take them from us. Here, All hail the tyrant, the one true king of the Arcadian. Are these the people that were just my fans a moment ago? Feral souls obfuscate the true splendor of battle. Exactly. Well, oh no, it's these people. Okay. Yeah, I got confused because they're generic NPC. Exactly. More than the spectacle, I want to see a real fight. That's where the excitement lies. I see. Yeah, I got confused. But it makes sense now. You may have garnered attention for fighting an enhanced, but in the end you are not more than a heel intended to create excitement. It is your fate to fall. I mean, can we technically claim that we're unenhanced? Because, like, we are technically using other souls. We're just summoning 7 of them. You know? Saw for yourself, the tyrant's a force to be reckoned with, even when not using your feral soul. What's more, as Grand Champion, he has free access to the soul repository. He can choose the best soul for each opponent. That makes it hard to offer advice. If only we knew which soul he'd use, we'd have something to work with. Anyway, let's get back to the gym. Anxious how the rescue mission went. Silver Dragon. That's what everybody was predicting anyway. It was going to be Kuja with the Silver Dragon. I don't think it is, considering that's not Kuja. And a name like Tyrant, I don't think he's going to use a Silver Dragon. Sorry and the others haven't returned yet. Hope they're alright. And considering that I know that the last fight is something called Lindworm, I don't think that's a Silver Dragon either, because usually when you're referring to dragons, it's W-Y-R-M. This is W-U-R-M. Naomi! Yana! Naomi, thank goodness! We got Naomi, but we didn't get, Wicked Thunder? Sorry, if we weren't able to rescue Eutrope. Yeah, Eutrope. Found Naomi in the reception hall, but there was a sign of Eutrope, and no time to search for her. Kidnappers removed Eutrope's regulator when they abducted us, and they took her somewhere else. Removed her regulator? No, that's what they do to the immortalized. Come on now, don't lose heart yet. Times like this, you gotta keep on grooving. Have some tact, will you? Talk about their sister. No, he's right. Now is the time to be fearing the worst. It's already a blessing that Naomi is safe and sound. Still, I doubt the President will sit idly in response. I worry what he might do next. You can rest easy on that front. Actually, I have a collaborator on the inside. Met him! We approached him without expectation. We were pleasantly surprised when he agreed to help. He's contrived to make it so the President doesn't learn of our foray in a hurry. Furthermore, Matem has an idea of where Yutro might be. Promised he would see her safely returned. Matem did all that? Perhaps I misjudged him. Do we really trust him? He might be the president's pawn, though. I feel uneasy too, to be honest. Right now, we don't have any other choice but to trust him. Alright, there's some good news too. While I was locked away in the reception hall, I was able to access a terminal and retrieve some useful information. That is, the Tyrant's data. The upcoming title match intends to use the soul of a behemoth. Oh boy. Yuni, that's amazing. Sandra will have a much better chance now thanks to you. I expect the preparations for the match will be finished soon, so let's head to the Arcadian. We can discuss the fight in detail there. It'll be over soon, once Eutrope has been freed and you've become Grand Champion. No one will fight with feral souls again. Those afflicted with psychonecrosis can be cured. As before, we're counting on you, Cassandra. We'll all be praying for your triumph. It's Kitty Cat. Seems Pomp wants to join you. Perhaps she thinks Hector will be at the Arcadian. Maybe she wants to cheer Cassandra on as well. Let's bring her along, eh? Right. Make our way to the Arcadian. Given the huge publicity surrounding the match, there's bound to be some fans along the way. I'll take a moment to talk to them. Expect I'll have some words of encouragement for you. Escort quest! Except it's the good kind of escort quest. But not the annoying type of escort quest. Do it, Cassandra. You can beat the Tyrant and become the Grand Champion. When I grow up, I'm going to become a fighter like you. And we can form a tag team together and teach the bad guys a lesson. My son and I will be praying for your victory with all our hearts. I mean, I kind of figured he wouldn't say too much since he wasn't, you know, he wasn't the character to speak with. But, you know. Who knows? You never know. Cassandra, can't believe your heavyweight title match is already happening. For every faith you'll win and usher in a new era for the Arcadian. Now that we're connected to the outside world, our society has begun to change. It's only natural that the Arcadian changes as well. But is it for the best? That's the real question. Just because when America or Europe or whoever freaking came in contact with Japan, I was like, you need to start wearing clothes. Like, that wasn't exactly the greatest change for them. The unstoppable upstart is speaking to me. What an honor this is. Truth be told, lost someone dear to me in the recent attacks. But as I was wallowing in grief, I saw you facing your opponents entirely unenhanced. That gave me the courage to carry on. Not the only one either. There are many others like me who are inspired by your unfaltering figure in the ring. See you become Grand Champion would be the greatest inspiration of all. Hearing from the fans really fires you up, doesn't it? Inspire you as much as you inspire them. Come on, continue to the green room. I'll be cheering for you, Cassandra. The wait's driving me mad. I don't know if he's normally there or if that's unique to this. We've been awaiting your arrival, Cassandra. And this is... She wants to cheer Cassandra on. It's not a problem, is it? No, certainly not. If you would please follow me. The cat joining is interesting. Iron Fist. Yana is ready to introduce the Grand Champion. Well, here we finally are. The heavyweight title match. I'm starting to feel a little nervous, I have to admit. Crap. It's getting late. I mean, it's only 8 p.m., but I've been awake since freaking 4. Seems she wants to find her master, just like what Sarah said. It's heartbreaking. Right, but better focus. Suppose this will be the last time for this, but let's take a look at your opponent. Reigning Grand Champion of Arcadian, the Tyrant. Alright. Prior to becoming a fighter, he was a peerless hunter renowned for his mastery of all weaponry. In the ring, he wields an arsenal of arms and freely switches between them as the situation demands. So, Heidelin, based on the information that Uniflower found, he'll be using the soul of a behemoth, a fell beast that possesses terrible strength and magics. Yeah, I know what a behemoth is. I fought like 12 of them. Addition to powerful physical attacks, he'll unleash devastating whirlwinds and meteors. More than ever, you'll have to take care. Sorry. Go out there and win one last time. Claim the title and usher in a new era for the Arcadian. One where lives aren't sacrificed for entertainment. I think before we jump into this, I'm going to grab a drink. So I will be right back. I popped my wrist trying to open a soda bottle just now. It hurt. Alright. Here we go. Grand Champion has condemned your crusade to abolish the use of feral souls. Well aware that the outcome of your clash will decide the Arcadian's future. All of Alexandria now watches with great anticipation, eager to see if the unenhanced warrior will usher in a revolution, or if the tyrant's reign will rage on. How it's still playing the Tyrant's theme. Interesting. That said, I don't think this is Everything Burns. Which they made a big deal out of, that they did a collab with someone. I don't know who. But they did the FF14 like people that are like in charge of like the social media. Like made a big deal out of the fact that they were doing the collab for Everything Burns. So, considering I don't think this is Everything Burns, it must be the Lindworm. So that's going to be interesting. I haven't heard the song, so I know nothing about it. Somebody shared the strategy board. Apparently everybody's laughing at it. Or they're laughing at the fact that I said that I'm streaming on Twitch, one of the two. I think it's a strategy board. Oh, wow! Because that strategy board. Somebody says, don't judge me for all of my deaths that are about to happen, Twitch. Honestly, it'll probably be the YouTube people that judge, considering how few people are here. What does this mean? Oh, it chases? I see. Salt evolved. Okay. So I was supposed to be able to know which attack was which originally from the first few attacks. I didn't even realize those were based off the weapons, so now I know. That one's out, and this one's in. Got it. Yeah, I hate to say it, but I really hate when they only do like on the character model, like visual indications of something, because I am almost never looking at the actual opponent. So like If the way to know that something is going to happen is on the model, I will not, I'll just straight up not see it. Like, I am too blind for that. The Beatustopia!
行くぞ生身の挑戦者これは複数の武器が作られていくぞ
Where does the X? Slices donut. Where does the X? Slices donut.
恐るべし統一王者
Whoa! Okay. 11 cycle.
負けることなどあるものかこれは一体統一王者の様子が変わった
Even
よ
more
うだ
tyrannical than before! Are they gonna use like Metem Soul to create the Lingworm, I wonder?
その身をもって知るがいい
Meteor Rain! I mean, tower mechanic, you know? Like, this is the first time we've seen such a thing. Do we need to be behind the rocks? I don't think we do for that first one. Like, it kind of looks like we want to be away from the rocks. Now we want to be behind the rock. I see. What liner? Whee!
リングが真っ二つだ急ぎ修復の準備に取り掛かります
As you say, I'm gonna assume we don't want to stand there. This looks like it's gonna push us out. Whee! Yep. I get it. I get it. Do I want to be flipped over to the other side of the arena, maybe? That's probably what that does!
リングを投げ込ましたなんという力なんだ
I see.
準備が整ったようなのでリングを修復します
That's a great mechanic, though. I love that. Like, that was awesome.
魔物の意地と生身の覚悟のぶつかり合いどちらが勝ってもおかしくありません
Big kick. Go ahead and hit him with feint so that he does less damage by about 10%. Alright, that's all chasing meteors. Oh, somebody already used the limit break. I didn't even see it. Great wall of fire! Nice. Ow. And GG. Yeah, that was a fun fight. I like the part where he flips half the arena. Heck yeah. GG. That was a fun fight. Like, straight up, that was fun. Gonna roll on the rings first. But it looks like everybody's just kind of waiting for people to roll. How about gauntlets? Hey, we got gauntlets. I don't need to roll on anything else. If gauntlets show up in the next one, I can pick up both a helmet and a gauntlet, I think. Cassandra has disposed the tyrant to rise up as a grand champion. Oh, what brings the referee out now? Uh-oh. I'm pleased to see I was not mistaken about you. Who's that voice? It's the president! None other. So this is obviously not my true form. I'm in my quarters on the uppermost floor. Deal's a deal. Tell us where the drop of life is. It is here with me. Come, I shall give it to you. You've earned a personal audience. Drop of life? Haven't the faintest what this is about, but I'd better take a camera to capture these events. Oh boy. If this doesn't look like an arena, I don't know what is. Hi! What is this monstrosity? The Lindworm, a legendary serpent of Eld, a namesake of my homeland. But infusing myself with its soul, I have come to assume this form. The president has become this terrifying creature? Oh. And all of those are the immortalized. Those people, why, they're the immortalized. There's Eutrope. Oh boy. Utrope! Madam, why is she... You promised you would save her. I'm truly sorry, but it seems he was one step ahead of us. You have served me well, madam, but I have long been aware of your duplicity. Arrayed behind me are all the fighters who have been immortalized. With each feral transformation, their souls were ravaged until they ultimately met their demise. A pitiable fate. They shall make a fitting audience for the final act, here in this faithfully recreated Lindblom Theater. Ugh. To use the bodies of the departed as a decoration, this is pure depravity. People of Alexandria, in my mission to bring you even more thrilling entertainment, I have given my very body and soul. I acquired the power of the mighty Lindworm, and thence sought to recreate fighters who could offer me fierce contests. Alas, all died prematurely, taken by a soul-consuming affliction. But at last they may know peace, for the one I have long awaited has appeared. With the actors thus assembled, the greatest show in Arcadian history may finally begin. In Farvish High shall all sorrow and tedium be swept away. This is unconscionable. How could the president do such a thing simply for entertainment? Unenhanced warrior, know that you have merely become heavyweight champion. If you wish to be crowned the true grand champion, you must now defeat me. I'll defeat you, don't you worry. I'll send you slithering back to your hole. Heck yeah. I love it when it gives me stuff like that. That's the spirit. See to it that you spare no preparation. Nothing short of perfection will suffice for our performance. A shocking truth has been revealed, and the final match has been set. How will this harrowing tale conclude? Oh boy. And it's now that everybody has finally learned of how truly horrific things are. To think that the fighters were dying from using feral souls. Just because we wanted thrills. Arcadian was my escape, but if I'd known the price for it. If this is the way it is, then our only hope is for the unstoppable upstart to win. That's right. Let's all cheer her on against the evil president. Great job, Utrope. Poor Sorrow. I mean, he did essentially just learn that freaking Utrope is dead, so... Not you too, Utrope. Not you too. It's possible that the drop of life will revive them, but we'll see. Yana is beside herself with grief. Deep down, I feared we might be too late. I'd steeled myself for the worst, but the reality was too much to bear. When I saw how the president had exploited my sister and all those others, I tried to use a feral soul without thinking. I want nothing more than to fight with you, but I know I'd only hold you back. I'd be a fool to tempt a fate again with a feral soul. In his twisted mind, the president might think this is just a show, but to me, this is a reckoning. For you, Trope, and all the fallen fighters, bring that monster to justice, Cassandra. Heavyweight M4, now accessible. Alright, here we go. Upon claiming the tyrant's crown, you are escorted to the uppermost floor of the Arcadian, where you are at last granted an audience with the president. Yet what meets your eyes is the horrific sight of a soul-imbued form, the serpentine Lindworm. Arrayed behind him is a sickening display of the fallen immortalized. Sacrifices in the president's bid to create a fighter who could contend against him. Now, the stage is set. To avenge the victims of a sinister script and arise to become the true Grand Champion, you must stop the president once and for all. Alright. It is time. Well, you know, whatever the cue pops, of course, but I'll just say, though, that's not at all what I expected the Lindworm to look like. So, which is surprising to me, because I swear I had seen pictures of it, but apparently not, because that was not what I had ever seen. Like, none of the pictures I had seen looked like that at all. So, Glory incarnate, the Lindworm. It is really funny, though, how many, like, Brute Bomber returns as the final fight. Like, memes were going around just before this came out. Everything burns.
オーナーの悪行は許されません。私は挑戦者を応援させてもらいます。
Well, at least, you know, I'm glad that Metam did turn out to not be the villain. Like, I would not have complained if he had been, but I'm glad that he wasn't. You know? Also, yeah, this definitely sounds like this sounds, if there was a song called Everything Burns, this is what I feel like it would sound like. Oh, crap. Okay. I also really just can't pay attention to the lyrics. Oh, we're doing the Aladdin thing. Alright. You know, where Jafar, like, wrapped himself around Aladdin. Like, we're doing the Aladdin thing.
冷静に対処しているぞ。
I love it. Great. Test it. Whoa, okay. I actually don't know how that mechanic works. I thought it was just a cone that went out from the head, but maybe I missed something. Oh, hi! That's, unfortunate. Oh, come on. I was completely out of that for, like, a long time before that skill went off. I call bull crap on that. Is this a teleport? Or, yep, it is. It went a little bit further than I thought it did. It is a cone out from his mouth. Okay. I think he just literally snaked over here and then turned around. Is what happened. Thank you. Yep. Everything burns as you turn it. Definitely not gonna work as a thumbnail, but I had to try. Besides, I don't think I'd want to spoil Lindworm anyway. What I should do is get a shot like this. And then, like, next time I see Metam, take a picture of him. And then put him in the thumbnail and title it something like, you know, it was him all along? Because it's not a spoiler, because it wasn't, you know. It's misleading, it's not spoiling. Oh yeah, yep. See, he turns his head around. That is disgusting, dude. Holy frick. Like, oh my gosh, that's horrific. I love it.
この動き巻きつこうとしているようだ。逃げてくれ挑戦者。
Like, that's so much more horrific than it seemed the first time. When it just kind of snaked over and then, you know, did the cone. Like, it's snaking way over there and then completely 180ing its freaking head. Like, that's so fricked, dude. Like, this is fricked enough as it is. But the freaking other one is so much more fricked. At least we know what we're doing up to this point, so we shouldn't die here, which is where we died last time, you know? And now we understand the mech. Oh god. Over here. So freaking disgusting, dude. Like, that is wretched. That is, like, that is so wretched, and I love it. They give you, like, exactly enough time to get out. Oops. Whoa, wait a minute. It's sending me that one. Okay. I didn't really understand which direction that was pointing in. I'm sure it was aligned, like, you know, to my character in some specific way, but I was moving too much to get a grip on it. Oh, hey. This has only been like 2 hours. So we might still have like extra stream time after Arcadian is over. Also, Savage doesn't unlock for 2 weeks. Like from today. It was like 3 weeks from initial release. Okay, going backwards. It turned me, but it's okay because it worked out. Oh, frick! Yep. Saw that coming. Anybody? Two healers, no res. There it is. They're probably waiting on Swift cast. Alright. Now we do it. World Swallower. Technically, you got up. I did not see what happened. And there's the win. Phase 2? Phase 2. A phase 2? And it's not Savage? What the frick? Phase 2 on non-Savage. It looks like the limit break gauge didn't reset either, which is surprising. Dead. Boom! Oh my lord. Oops. The healers were a little busy to heal. And so while I had Transcendent at first, I did not have it after the mech was over. There we go. On top of the world. AAC heavyweight tier complete. Okay, but he's not dead yet, and that concerns me. Solo duty? Grooving green. I have forgotten what I grabbed before. Gauntlets. Can I roll on gauntlets? Doesn't matter. I will just roll on everything. Trousers. Hey, that's all that matters to me. I got one thing. So, I have pass on everything else now. And the minion has already been rolled, yes. I did not get it. Well, I'll let them deal with that. You did it, Cassandra? Just as I thought you would. Now, tell us where the drop of life is. Won't allow anyone else to die. Say, the Lindworm was the president. He's dead now. That which you seek lies before you. The ether yielded by the Lindworm's heart is a stimulant for the regeneration factor. Now, set aside your grief, for you Troop and the other fighters have not perished. Everyone can still be saved. Everyone except the president. Yay! I knew it. What? Everything has been part of the president's plan to produce a cure to psychonecrosis. When the first fighter was diagnosed with the disease, the president was utterly shaken. He cursed himself for ever introducing the use of feral souls. Determined to find a cure, he turned to a treasure that had been passed down to his line. The egg of a lindworm, a creature known for its phenomenal regenerative abilities. After much experimentation, he ultimately extracted the soul of the unborn beast and took it into himself. And though he transformed into a monstrosity possessed of preternatural regeneration, he sadly could not use his power to heal others. To make matters worse, that power meant he was forever locked in its serpentine form. So it was that he was forced to confine himself to this mausoleum. For a small blessing, his regulator still allowed him control over the Arcadian's devices, and he could remotely operate machinery. That was how he was made to contact with... That was how he was able to make contact with me and convey his intent. To sacrifice himself and have the cure made from his heart. Alas, the Windworm was too powerful. Even the Tyrant proved no match, and the Arcadian remained in operation as the search continued for a warrior capable of defeating him. Those fighters who developed psychonecrosis had to be retired and put into a deep sleep, a cold stasis to keep the disease at bay until they could be cured. It was for this reason that Eutrope was kidnapped. The President lamented subjecting more souls to the disease, but for want to other solutions, he could only press on with his plan. If that's the truth, then why didn't you tell us? The President was nothing if not a showman. He dedicated his regrets, his desire for atonement, and indeed his very life, to bring great thrills to the masses. In so doing, he would promote fiercer competition and give rise to ever stronger fighters, one of whom he hoped would rise up to challenge him. It was to keep the competition running that the disease was kept secret. And though many fighters showed promise, it seemed as though none would ever transcend the Tyrant. That is, until you appeared. From the moment he saw you, the President was certain that you'd be the one to defeat him. All he needed to do was to spur you on, and to do so he cast you as a rebel who would tear down the Arcadian, and himself as the greatest heel it has ever known. Wow. He literally turned himself into the villain for the greater good. Wow. Holy crap, dude. Man could help but turn everything into a spectacle. It's so absurd one can't help but admire it. Has this entire time been puppets in the President's play? Yes and no. I knew something bad was gonna happen here. Confound it, he's already recovered! We'll help too. I was gonna say solo duty? Nah. That would have been cool. It's no good. Everybody, listen up. It's the Tyrant. No, it's the Brute Bomber! The questions can wait. Right now I need you all to channel me your ether. Everybody was right! He did come back in the end! Holy frick! Use it, Cassandra! A combined power! Yes! The freaking blazing kick or whatever it was We need to finish him now! Fought well, champion. Leave the rest to us. Yeah! There's the tyrant. President confided in us long ago. Been acting according to his instructions. It was my duty to serve as the challenger's final test. And to ensure their hands would not be sullied. It's the battle of a lifetime. But now for that, fair souls, the Arcadian's future is bright. It's a Dragon Ball! Just because, you know, I mean, I know it's the light shining down, but it's got the dots, you know? So I had to. I had to make the joke. Hector, I thought you were gone. You died after becoming that fiend. I thought the same, but then I awoke and I was myself again. Metem explained everything after that. President had given me less potent souls for the bout, and then his people restored me back to normal. I've been resting in the Arcadian's infirmary ever since. When I saw what was happening on the broadcast, nothing would keep me from coming to help. Everybody's okay in the end. I've pushed myself too hard. I forgot I had this old disease. Right, that! Should move everyone to the infirmary immediately and have the cure created. So personally tend to matters from here. Every soul will be saved. I give you my word. I love that. That was awesome. I watched the broadcast from start to finish. You're absolutely amazing, Cassandra. It's taken some time. You've inspired me to change my view towards souls. Like Yana, I've decided to remove my regulator as well. By the way, some people from the Arcadian dropped by earlier to apologize for the president's deception. They even helped fix up the gym. Been quite a whirlwind of events. Seems the worst is over. All that remains is to pray that everyone is cured. Sometime later. So I'm definitely using that screenshot and calling it "He truly does return," or something like that. Pleased to say the treatment was effective. Everyone has made a full recovery from psychonecrosis. I legitimately thought the cat was going to be important. That seems very strange that it wasn't. Symptoms are completely gone. I feel like myself again thanks to the cure. And of course, to you as well, Cassandra. Yana has told me all. For it should not suffice to show my gratitude, but please accept my thanks. Yeah, mine too. I owe you one. I'm glad he didn't die in the end. Before setting off for their homes, the heavyweight fighters and those who were in stasis also expressed their heartfelt gratitude for you. And I'd be remiss of me not to do the same. Thank you, Cassandra. I, meanwhile, must apologize to everyone. Though it was to conceal the President's plan, the fact remains that I deceived you. I am truly sorry. All's well that ends well. You need to be punished. And here I thought you were the true mastermind. Me, the mastermind? You give me too much credit. I've not the imagination to conceive such an audacious plan. That said, it did work behind the scenes to ensure all went according to script. In light of this, perhaps I could be considered the mastermind. In the end, everything is as the President had hoped. Wherever he is now, he too would doubtless be overjoyed. He sacrificed himself to save us all. Another debt I can never repay. I was definitely doing the wrong voice for him before. The President actually had one last wish. That those who still bear love for the Arcadian, even after everything, continue to fight and bring excitement to the fans. He really had us all figured out. It's as if we're still dancing in the palm of his hand. Lest you wonder, I've arranged for the souls in the repository to be set free as you desired. Never again shall feral souls be wielded in the Arcadian. From now on, matches will only be fought between unenhanced warriors. The upstart's revolution was a success. This means, however, that there are none at present who could offer you contest. Until our fighters have become strong enough, I'm afraid we won't have any matches for you. I was looking forward to defending my title. I think I speak for everyone when I say I'd love to face you unenhanced. I won't stop training until I'm ready. And we will never see any of them ever again. Now then, there's to be a crowning ceremony for the new Grand Champion. Naturally, it can't begin without you. So pray, come to the green room at your earliest convenience. Aww. I'm satisfied with that, actually. That was really nice. You know? I'm glad that the immortalized were able to be saved in the end. And it actually makes sense now why the immortalized, like, were having their regulators removed. Because they weren't actually dead. You know? Ceremony will be held in the very ring we fought in. Wasn't all that long ago, yet somehow it feels like an age. But come, everyone's already out there waiting. Make sure you're dressed for the occasion, because all of Alexandria will be waiting. Proceed with your current attire? Yes. It's fine. My fellow citizens, we are gathered to recognize a new grand champion in the Arcadian, an unstoppable force of nature who tore through every obstacle in her way. Please join me in welcoming this radiant star to the stage. The woman who boldly ushered in revolution, the unenhanced yet undefeated queen of the Arcadian, Cassandra Sevilla! Hold it right there. Brute Bomber, Hector. It's a farce that you're grand champion. I refuse to accept it. Yeah, Hector's not in this line. Oh my, the Brute Bomber has barged into Cassandra's ceremony again. Does the man never learn? I demand a rematch. Just you and me, unenhanced. Not so fast. Oh. Black Cat. I didn't even notice she wasn't there. Watching you get tossed aside by Cassandra would hardly be entertaining. I'll be your opponent. Black Cat has leapt into the ring. I dare say this should be an even match. But the president's no longer with us. It falls to my humble self to authorize matches. And on this occasion, I am pleased to improve an impromptu exhibition. Wow, they're actually going to do a fight? How animated will it actually be? Let this be the clash to christen the Arcadian's rebirth. She's the claw that gleams in revolution's shadow, the rebel that prowls the dark, Black Cat. He's the man who's been to hell and lived to tell the tale. The incorrigible, reprehensible, Brute Bomber! I see. That's the extent of what they're going to do with it. Alright, that's fine. I'm going, there's no way that they put in freaking... There's no way they had budget for a freaking fight between these two. I was right. Which is fine. I did it. I beat the Brute Bomber. Sorry for spoiling your moment with that charade. We wanted to kick off the new era of the Arcadian with a bang. But Madam came up with a last-minute script, and I agreed to join in. Retired fighters have been returning as well, eager to fight in unenhanced matches. We're all going to do our part to keep the Arcadian exciting. And as you may have already noticed, everyone's decided to remove the regulator. It's because we won't be needing souls anymore, feral or otherwise. Meanwhile, since you have no equal, you've been granted the title of Eternal Grand Champion and entered into the Hall of Fame. You're already a legend, basically. Now, though you may not be able to fight, we'd still love to see you. So don't be a stranger and drop by at my gym or the green room from time to time. As much as I hate to admit it, we played into the president's hands from the start. But it was only because you were the protagonist of his script that we could bring the tale to a happy conclusion. We truly couldn't have done it without you, our unenhanced Grand Champion. So please allow me to thank you again. We're forever in your debt. Yay! But wait, there's more! There actually is a little bit more, and I've read about it on Reddit. Because everybody was talking about, don't forget there's a post section. Now the problem is, I had no idea when I was going to get to be able to do this. So I never thought to, like, save the link to that. So, nope, that's not, that's talking about patch 7.4 MSQ. Sorry, I'm trying to look and see, because this has been something that's been regularly posted. People being like, don't forget to check this out at the end of the MSQ. Well, somewhere in here. Sorry, I'm sitting here looking, but you know, all I can do is scroll through each individual thing to try and find somebody who has mentioned it. There's no need to save waymarks. I don't know what that's about. Oh, for the EX, not the... I was like, what? When do you use freaking waymarks in, like, normal raid? But no, that's the EX. Freaking... Of course, I only saw it like 5 times this week. And now when I'm trying to actually find it, freaking, I can't find it anywhere. Search Arcadian. They said news from the Arcadian. Sorry for the name for one of the Arcadian fighters. About one of the bosses shown. Like, there's a lot of... Is there a way to organize this? Yes, okay. New. I kept getting a lot of freaking like, every, you know, other things. Okay, here we go. Hansine Green and the Tyrant are there. And, okay. Got it. That's what I'm looking for. Cool. Hello, Cassandra. Ever since you became the Eternal Grand Champion, I've had an endless stream of people eager to join Tri-Tail's training. Unfortunately, with Yana and Eutrope busy after taking to the ring again, we've had to limit the number of applicants we can accept. One day I hope we can expand the gym and train a lot of fighters. By the way, have you spoken with the others recently? If you haven't already, you should seek them out. Find them around the city, in the Arcadian, or even the Heritage Found. I'm sure they'd love to see you. Cassandra, training my hardest so I can become a fighter just like you someday. Then we can form a tag team together and teach bad guys a lesson. Hey Cassandra, make yourself at home. Grab a tonic or whatever else you like. You're always welcome here. As you can see, I've been instructing new members of late. I haven't been neglecting my own training either. I'm aiming to be the first Grand Champion of the Reborn Arcadian after all. I'm not going to stop there. No, I'll keep pressing on until I achieve my dream. Being strong enough to not only face you in the ring, but win too. Never thought I would live to enjoy a simple life with my sisters again. It feels like a bliss dream I could wake up from at any moment. Things could have turned out quite different. The President may have had an elaborate plan to produce a cure. Many of us would not be here today had you not triumphed. Truly can't thank you enough, Cassandra. Coolies. And then we run this away and head to the Neon Stain. On room. Oh, whoops, nope. To the north of the Neon Stain. There she is. Excuse me, I'm trying to focus. Ah, didn't realize it was you. I was waiting for an image to come to me, you see. I might paint it upon the canvas before me. Perhaps I should simply give form to the inspiration you gave me in our battle. Though I dare say a single wall will not suffice. Yan! If you have played Savage, which I have not, we all saw how that went last time, after all. But if you've played Savage, you know why you should fear the Yan. What do you want? You're here to mock me. I've got a match coming up. I'm trying to focus, so scram. Wait. We worked pretty well together with that coordinated attack before. Humph. Well, if you're eager to form a team, I don't mind teaching you the secrets of the technique. Come check up on us, Cassandra. Giving Hector a hand before his match. Actually, that's a lie. We're here to see the kittens. This hoarder refuses to let them leave his sight. Bring them to even the green room. Anyway, there's something I want to tell you. I decided to use my next off-season to visit the world beyond the barrier. I've always felt cramped inside the Stone. Look forward to seeing what's outside it. Ah, Cassandra, what brings you to the Arcadian this fine day? Should you have anything you wish to discuss, I shall be happy to oblige. I have nothing left to hide, after all. Affairs of business. Oh, quite well, my friend. Contrary to our initial fears, the audience has only grown since we ended the use of feral souls. Each day, nigh every seat in the house is sold out. This unprecedented success we, of course, owe to you. Your nail-biting bouts gave the people a taste of the thrills that unenhanced battles have to offer. Even now, in this Arcadian reborn, fighters vie for victory, seeking to ascend as the first Grand Champion. What's the President's story? As you know, the President traces lineage to Lindblom. His ancestor was a noble of that lost kingdom, and a patron for the theatrical arts. It seems the President inherited his forebear's passion, for in a single generation he revived the long-forgotten Ascension Arcadia, and transformed it into the premier enterprise for entertainment in Alexandria. Alas, that revival came at a terrible price: psychonecrosis. The emergence of this terminal disease pained the President to no end. In order to cure the fighters, he ultimately chose to make the greatest sacrifice. With his love for theater, he had originally pursued a career as a stage actor. I dare say none was better suited to the part of the villainous President. To perform the role of a lifetime on the grand stage that is the Arcadian may well have been a fulfillment of his heart's desire. What's more, in no small part thanks to you, the Arcadian is no longer dependent on feral souls to deliver thrills. Wherever the President is now, I am sure he has no regrets. Can you tell me more about the Lindworm? This is both the namesake of Lindblom itself and the great serpent the President had become. I will share with you what he confided to me. Lindworms once thrived in the lands where the nation of Lindblom was founded. Awed by the creature's great size and regenerative abilities, the first settlers chose to name their home after them, in the hopes that it might bloom eternal and undying. By the time of the storm surge, the Lindworm had become little more than myth, but as the conflict raged on, a soul egg was discovered. In those troubled times, many suffered from excessive exposure to lightning ether, and developed symptoms such as debilitating paralysis. Seeking to deliver relief to the masses, scientists began conducting research on the Lindworm egg. They might develop a medicine that stimulates one's regeneration factor. Yet no matter what they tried, they could not hatch the egg. It remained unhatched as the nation of Lindblom collapsed, and was entrusted to the care of the President's ancestors when he fled his homeland. As the years went on, the egg was all but forgotten. That would change when the first cases of psychonecrosis were diagnosed in Arcadian fighters. Seeking a cure for the affliction, the President enlisted a scientist acquaintance at Orogenics. It was then he unearthed Lindblom's abandoned research into the regeneration factor. The President would often say that he felt a sense of destiny in that moment, when he learned that he could put to use the egg he had inherited. The rest you know as well. Thanks to the advent of soul technology, he was able to extract the Lindworm's soul from the unhatched egg, and he injected it into himself in a bid to cure his fighters. Alas, he found that his regenerative powers could not be used on others. He was left with one option: to see the Lindworm slain. The stimulant might be created from its heart. In the end, he became the villain so that others could live. Like, I love villains like that. You know? When it's not, you know, I like villains who aren't just evil, you know? Villains that end up being good are just awesome to me. Hi, Nashu. I'll play through Hildebrand at the end of the expansion, probably. Because I still haven't done it. But there's still one more patch even after this, so... that is Emmeline Ironheart. Not Red Hot or Deep Blue. Okay, but that's where it says that they are. Hang on a moment. Is there an under section? Yes. No? Huh? You can't go in here. But there's a section there on the map. Ah, it is. There is an under section. It's just under. Got it. I don't, ever come here. What is it? What is it? We're about to head out for a street race. Keen to see how fast these modified spinners can go. In case you're wondering, Blue came up with the idea of messing up the kitty cat's gym. Couldn't stop smiling as he smashed things. Matter of fact, he even... Wait, I think that was all supposed to be a secret. Well, if it ain't the unenhanced Grand Champion herself. We're not up to no good, if that's what you're thinking. We're just about to tour the city, as a matter of fact. With safety foremost in our minds. Say, no hard feelings about the gym, I hope? It was the president who told us to wreck the place. We could psych you up for the fight. I took no enjoyment out of it. It revealed the whole truth to us earlier on, you see. So I couldn't help but worry the slut would give the whole thing up with that big mouth of his. Lol. There are Honeybee Lovely and Vamp Fatale that are in this direction. It's only a slight boost, but you know, Peloton. I keep thinking Peloton is like other skills that pulls out your weapon. And so I keep clicking to put the weapon away. Nope, I'm not close enough to the Aetheryte. There we go. Again, Nexus Arcade. But then... this way. All the freaking way over here. And there is nothing else you can do to speed yourself up. I mean, I suppose you could hit sprint. But, hello my obedient little bees. It's me, Honeybee Lovely, with another edition of This'll Sting. Today I have something special planned for you at Mosaic. Oh, but if it isn't my dear friend Cassandra, currently doing a broadcast, why don't you join me? Come, my dear, say hello to the unenhanced Grand Champion. If you'd like to see more of her, be sure to stay tuned. Nice. And then, yeah, see, I could run back here, or I could just run here, because that's where the Ethernet chart is for the section. So I would just, if I ran back here, I'd only be able to teleport here. So. And we have to go over here. Sometimes I do wish that they would let us mount. I do understand, you know, in Limsa and Ul'dah, they're really tiny places. But, this place is an entire zone. You know? Residential radius 911. That's unfortunate. It looks like this is her house. Yep. Neat. And I bet we've been able to come here before and just had no idea. My, how naughty. Coming into my apartment uninvited. Are you so eager to be punished? Haha, I jest. The one truly in need of punishment is that impudent girl, one called Honeybee. She's become quite full of herself lately. Someone needs to discipline her properly. Thoroughly. So happens we are to match each other next. I wonder, how will the little bee scream for me? Oh my. Outfits. But yeah, I bet we've been able to come in here before. And we just had no idea that that's what that was going to be, you know? And now we just need to leave Solution 9 and we can hook up with the last 2 people. But now that we're out here, we can fly. So we'll be able to get to places a little faster at least. Dancing Green is supposed to be over by the entrance to Orogenics. Sure enough. Hey, baby! Phew, it's you. Look, don't tell anyone you found me here getting all misty-eyed, alright? The party animal image couldn't survive the blow. The truth is, I grew up around here. When I feel overwhelmed or lost, I come back and think of the old days. I'd gather debris and dream up silly dreams. Aww. Also, Omega and Alpha are supposed to be around, like every once in a while. Like, I think they just, like, randomly show up at different places. But also, the 2 from, what's it called? Juno. The two people from Juno there are supposed to as well. But I don't explore the world enough to ever see them, if I can be honest. Oh, I went right past him. I was like, where the frick is the, like, platform here? My successor! Come all this way to see how the man you defeated fares. I care not for I am satisfied with the outcome of our battle. Learned firsthand how dependent I'd become on the power of feral souls. And through our clash, I realized I would never reach your strength through ordinary training. That is why I hunt again. Only by pursuing greater threats will I ascend to greater heights. You do that, bud. You do that. All you want, I guess. Alright, well, that's that. That is officially the full extent of the Arcadian, including but not limited to the post content. So, so the map that I've been using has all of the people like listed on it here. I clicked over to Reddit to close the screen, and I see on the post, edit, realized too late I misspelled Wicked Thunder's name. Oops. I was like, huh? Did he? I look up Wicker Thunder. Yeah, that's that is not correct. Wicker Thunder. Oops. That is not correct. Well, that's it for Arcadian. I probably should have gone back so that I could have turned in that hollow helm, but it is what it is. I will do that at some point. I mean, it's literally a single 760 item, or 770 item. It's a single 770 item. And if I were to put it on what I usually do, I mean, it's 10 eye level. It's not gonna give me a massive boost. You know? The only reason I've even upgraded out of the phantom weapons right now to eye level 770 stuff is just purely because I like the looks of these weapons. Like, I didn't even buy the ones that I actually wanted in terms of, like, play. I bought the ones that I like the looks of the best. Which is why, even though I don't play Bard... Oh, do I not have that one? Wait, hang on. Thought that I bought 3 of them. Huh? Oh. No. There we go. Even though I don't play Dragoon. That's it. That's right, because the Bard was still like $1 million, so. I didn't want to buy the bow yet, because the Bard's is still like $1 million. But even though I like never play Dragoon, and all of Dragoon's stuff is not great. 740, 750, 720. Even though my Dragoon's gear isn't great, I still bought this. Essentially, the moment that the phantom weapons come out and I can start buying them, like, as soon as I have the weapon for the class, I'm going to put these in my dresser and then glam the phantom weapon. Unless, of course, I end up liking the look of the phantom weapon, but I don't even play Dragoon. Like, freaking... But I bought the freaking Dragoon spear because I love it. It just looks awesome. So. But yeah. I guess for that, Excuse me. I guess with that, I don't really have anything else to do or say. So, I hope that you've enjoyed. Huh? Why would I care about that? Something has signed me up for some kind of, like, spam news site. And I've been getting emails from it. And it sent me some random stupid thing. And I'm like, what? But yeah, I love this bow and I want to get it. But, it was still a million go. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube. If you are, feel free to come on out to twitch.tv/SereneInc so that you can catch these live instead of just catching the VODs. Hey, look, it's Sora! Friggin'... I legitimately did think that that was some sort of Sora outfit at first. And I would not be surprised if that is in fact what this person is going for. So, the name may be Shen Soraki, which has no relation at all to Sora. Well, Soraki, maybe? I don't know. But like, that's clearly Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora. Like, just straight up, that's Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora. Anyway, see you later.